Where's the remote? Found it.
Turn off the lights.
All right.
Did you grab the drinks?
Yeah, I got them.
Okay, I'm making the popcorn.
It's starting. Come on.
All right. Okay, I'm here. Hit the button. Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm Gianna.
And welcome to the We Watch It All podcast,
where we watch it all and give you our opinions.
AKA the opinions no one ever asked for. And are you holding on to that laptop tightly? Because I feel like it's, again, a dangler.
I'm sorry.
She has not had good luck with laptops this past 2 weeks.
Well, if you listen to our She-Hulk one, you would know that, so last week I did say I was writing on my notes by hand, but guess what? The laptop that went dead, I fixed it, so.
Mm-hmm. That's great news.
And I'm going to brag about it every time, but I'll hold it tight, but I can't hold it too tight because the way we're sitting, this is our third setup trial. Our second this week, third. So Sky's sitting in where I usually sit.
Well, she said.
And she's gonna do some push.
Yeah, little donuts. She said it's vacant, so why not?
Wow, sissy.
She's just keeping it warm for you.
So this episode we are doing the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, episode 18. I didn't write down the title.
I thought it was 17.
17.
Okay, and
Don't
it's
ask
the
me
girl with the diamond earrings.
Wait, I thought it was 18. Oh my god!
No.
Don't look at what we're watching this week because I put it up late and I might have wrote 18. Don't trust me. I'm off graphics.
Well, I think people would know that 18's not out yet unless we have some kind of special something, and we don't. So
No, we
there's
don't.
that. Yeah. This, I don't really know how I felt about this episode because I think I'm just anticipating the fights that I'm thinking are going to happen, and they're either not happening or they're not happening the way I thought they were going to happen. So I'm a little perplexed. I'm like, I don't know. I felt like this was like, I don't want to say like a filler episode,
filler.
but it felt a little bit fillerish.
Yeah.
Like, just let's stretch it till we can get to the fights. That's kind of where I kind of felt.
Keep people watching.
And I will keep watching because I'm stupid like that.
Obviously.
You know.
Before we get in to like the episode deeper, should we give a little quick discussion on the reunion that they filmed? I think they filmed it yesterday.
Yeah, Andy Bravo put up something, once again that, like he's going to be tortured by these, which I think he is tortured by these reunions, but he posted a little pic, and you have a seating chart or no?
So this is, I don't know how true this is potentially rumored, but supposedly Diana didn't show up.
I could see that. I could absolutely see that.
Or, they said she'll be attending it virtually, and then someone was like, well, she didn't show up, so she definitely wasn't there in person, it seems like, whether she was there virtually or not. But supposedly, on the left side from Andy, it goes Kyle, Garcelle, Sutton. Then on the right couch, it's Rinna, Erica, Dorit, Crystal.
That makes sense. I could see that being the seating.
Yeah, that sounds right to me, yeah. Because I think it's always typically like...
Because I think you have to have somebody between Erica and Crystal, because although they don't speak as much, sometimes they can go sideways. When Crystal tries to find her voice and speak, it's usually at Erica, and Erica usually blows her down very quickly. So, yeah. I could see that one. And then, I would have thought it would have been Kyle, Sutton, Garcelle, only because Kyle and Garcelle can kind of go at it sometimes, and I feel like she's more friendly with Sutton, but who's to say what happened in the end? I mean, she could have turned,
yeah, I don't know.
This episode, she kind of looked like she was turning on Erica,
which was shocking. Even in the previews next week. Yeah, I was not expecting from Kyle.
Yeah. Who do you think was the biggest pot stirrer this week?
I mean, I feel like because the fight was obviously focused on Erica, it has to be, I guess, Garcelle this week. Yeah. Because Kyle really didn't talk that much. And she actually, instead of stirring the pot or just tagging or being like, I agree, she was actually trying to fight with people, which I feel like is kind of rare for Kyle. She does fight, but she doesn't.
No, I know what you mean. I think it was probably Garcelle and a little hint of Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal.
Because I don't know that Garcelle would have been as hyped up if Crystal didn't hype her up, because Crystal called her and got her going in that whole bit.
Yeah, didn't remind her about it.
She does that a lot. She puts a little whispers in Garcelle's ears, and then kind of starts her on that path. And then she knows she can't go up against Erica, so she needs somebody like Garcelle that can. Yeah. So I think she does that on purpose. But I think if what's her name, Kyle, sees that like someone else has it under control, I think she takes the week off. Like I think she deliberately steps back and be like,
well, also, I can't remember who said it, but I think it was last season where they said there is such like a little group in there, in like the main group. Like there's like obviously Kyle, Rinna, Erica, and like Dorita, like the main ones.
Fast Force 5, yeah.
Yeah, but like, so like she's not gonna obviously tackle on to one of her people and stir the pot. Like when you think about it, who she stirred the pot with the most is like with issues with Sutton and
Yeah,
Garcelle. So she's not gonna.
I think she'll, like the way she was saying this stuff at the end, like I think she'll do stuff like that where she'll be like, I can't defend you, I can't when you say stuff like that. I think she'll do that, but I don't think she'll like literally go in there and be like, so you have $700,000 diamond earrings, where are they, do you have them, blah blah blah. You know, I don't think she'll do stuff like that, where Garcelle is like that. Because who did Garcelle ask? Was it Sutton? She asked Sutton, where'd you get your money from? Or no, when Vanderpump was here, I think she asked Vanderpump something about her money, or one of them. She asked one of them about where they got their money. It was like one of the past seasons or something. And so I definitely think she doesn't have a problem being like, you know, the open person and just asking stupid questions like, what does that look like? That kind of pricing of earrings. But
yeah. All right. Well, I guess we should get into the
sure
episode. So it starts with Rinna making coffee at Kyle's house. This is the next morning from last night.
She's a little busted up, I'm not gonna lie.
Who, Rinna?
Yeah. I don't know, maybe it was the hat she had on. She had like a, what's that, like a Scully, but it just didn't, I don't know, look right on her or something. I don't know. It was just weird, in my opinion. Yeah, and then Kyle comes down and immediately, I thought that too. I wrote, it starts talking about Sutton and last night.
Not that. Well, I had, before they even really get into that conversation, she instantly picks on Kathy's shoes.
Oh, yeah, no, I have that. Yeah.
Or maybe I had them backwards, but...
Well, no, she started in on Sutton, and then she said, like, it was like a little bit in between.
I think she saw Kathy's shoes.
She saw the shoes, and she said, I had to send a picture to my nieces about these shoes because I cannot believe that she wore these shoes. And she said they were hotel shoes.
She did. She said they were her hotel
shoes. And I'm like...
They were nice looking hotel shoes.
And Lisa Rinna, because she's a germaphobe, she's like, so just throw them out. She's like, just throw them out. And she's like, well, no, it's not that. It's just... You know, I don't understand why she would do that.
And then she also added onto it because obviously we could all see the socks.
But your feet swell when you go on a plane and stuff, so I could kind of see why she did it, maybe. And especially coming to Aspen.
If they were hotel shoes, chuck them. Like, why are you wearing them? But here's the thing too: she also exposed Kathy for having these calf-high socks on as well. Like that. I guess we couldn't have seen because she did have pants, but like
she was very snooty. This.
Which one?
Kyle. This time around, like. Very high class, like, you know, like pointing out how you're supposed to dress and be, and when you're in Aspen. I know that she did that when they were at the dinner about when they were picking on Kathy's bag.
I will say that, but there was something else she did too, where she was acting very like high class or like very like I guess rich, just in a sense like that. I haven't even this whole season, even with the like, oh, you don't want to look poor for the guy with Sutton, that one, which I don't know. I don't feel like that's always been Kyle.
Well, no, she didn't say like, don't you want to look poor? She didn't want her to look rich so that the guy wouldn't want to
that's
take her, you know, her money. But like that's like teetering on that too. Like, why are you like perception? Like, it's all about perception with her.
Which is
very weird lately. Yeah, she's getting.
I don't know. I don't feel like that's very Kyle typically.
No, it's very different Kyle. I could say that.
And what's weird too is it's not like every season before this, she always mentions Beverly Hills. This is the one season she didn't mention Beverly Hills in her tagline. It's like the most the most Beverly Hills.
Oh, because she's covering it in every episode every week.
Yeah.
But immediately they start going right back into Sutton and Diana, and they did say stuff like Diana was a little extra mean.
Yeah.
Like, because Kyle said when she's with Sutton, she's fine and she thinks she's wonderful and she gets along with her and they laugh and joke, but then when she gets in a group, she like questions like, what is she doing?
Because even Erica ends up joining them and says the same thing. They all say the same thing, which is true. Like, she is like, because you'll even see it later in the episode, she's good with Erica again, and then something happens when they're in a group setting that it just, I don't know, it's something weird that happens with Sutton, that she does not handle a group environment.
I don't even know if it's her that's doing it or who's doing it, but it is. It's coincidence that it's when they get into a larger group than 4, because they showed them snowmobiling and they were actually saying how they were having a good time.
Yeah.
All of them agreed. I mean, they never really asked Sutton what she thought, but she looked like she was having a decent time when they were sitting there talking and all.
Well,
she
yeah, they
did say
didn't
to
fight,
them,
so
like,
I think
yeah, and
that's,
she
like,
did
it's
say
fine.
like, oh, I do want to be friends with you. So
I
obviously, if
don't
it's
know.
like more than like
Maybe it's
3 or
just, I
something
think,
plus, it's just
no,
doesn't
it
go
might not
well.
be that. It might just be because when they go into the group setting, it turns out to being like, so what did you guys talk about? Did you talk about that big fight that happened? And they bring up the fight and bring up the past, which makes them have to relive it, even though they said they're good, but now they're not good because you brought it back up. So I think that's the real issue. Like, I think Sutton would be fine if people didn't keep bringing up these
funny
things she makes.
It sounded like almost like Kyle and Lisa Rinna were actually like on Sutton's side to a certain degree in the morning.
Yeah.
Definitely not at night. But I'm like, why? You can't all of a sudden, because why, you're either sober or something, you can't backpedal now and be like, oh yeah, that was a little harsh on her. What was wrong with last night when she needed someone to like help her and defend her when everybody was piling on? I mean, that's just...
and then something too, I didn't catch this last week, but I saw it this week in the like previously on. There was something, oh god, I wish I could, now I can't remember, that when Diana was doing all that yelling, I was like, wow, she really said that? I think it was something about like being like, well, alluding to like the fact that Sutton hid these two miscarriages. Like, well,
she did say that.
I was just like,
oh, and you bring this up now, and
sorry.
nobody else knows about them, or no one else knew about them, or whatever. No, because it wasn't appropriate to bring up.
Yeah, like it was like weird. She was like, you hid them, so why is that? I don't know. It was just something weird.
Yeah, it was. She said something about hiding them and stuff. No, it just was not a conversation that you'd like want to bust out.
Hold on one second. I clicked something on the mic. What did I click? I can't read. Do you want to enable the dictionary? Not now. What the hell? My bad. I got a Windows keyboard attached to the Mac, so that if you're in one of those situations, it never goes well. The buttons don't correlate evenly. All right, sorry.
And then we have Garcelle, Sutton, and Cherie. They're all in the van together, and they're
going snowmobiling.
They're going to pick up Erica so that they can go snowmobiling. Which like, that was hilarious. That they're all like together, going to get her, and they're like, yeah, how's this gonna play out? It ought to be interesting because none of us are talking to her, except I guess for Cherie, but I don't even think they know each other enough to like speak.
Like, I wonder how long in advance they have to plan out these like things that they're going to, because like obviously like
I think they like decided like then, like,
you
down
think that day?
Like, I think she had it planned that some could go snowboarding if they wanted, some could go skiing, snowboarding.
So do you think, like...
And I think Erica decided to go there.
No, but, like, I mean, like, like, for example, like, if you go, because where we live, there's mountains. We've gone, like, snow tubing. That's the closest I can get because we've never gone skiing or anything like that. But you had to book the snow tubing in advance to go, like, a time slot.
I think she kind of
So, like,
did,
I wonder if she just books it for, like, 4 people and whoever those 4 people go.
I think she knew because I think she...
I'm gonna keep
asked.
This damn keyboard.
She asked on the plane. She asked at the house.
Well, she kept asking,
and everybody was, and like they were kind of saying.
So that's what I'm wondering. Like,
so I think she knew, like, at least the night before, or maybe the day before, like who was actually going to do these things.
I'm thinking, like, did it have to be like? Did you think like did Erica book this? Let's just say Kyle was like, okay, we're gonna go skiing, snowmobiling, this. So where do you each girl want to go? And Erica's like, oh, snowmobiling sounds fun. I've never done that, and booked that like a week in advance, and now she's stuck doing this with them. Like, I always like I
she
wonder
didn't
that.
Seem like she was stuck.
No, I mean, I'm just saying though. That's kind of like, because I know like when you think about it, you have to book. I mean, maybe they don't though, because maybe it's like a production thing. Like maybe they set aside like an extra amount, or like, I mean, no, I guess production has to tell them that they're going to be filming there that day, so they might like, because they didn't look like anybody else was at this snowmobiling thing, so they were probably fine to have as many. But I was just curious though.
Well, that's the thing. I think it's like a private thing. But like Sutton was saying that she just wants to have fun. She doesn't want to. She's not there to just be crying all the time, and like she doesn't want to be that person. So she said she just wants to have fun, and she's just going to be, nice to her. That Cherie had a good point. She's like, look, just go into it that you're going to have fun, and that's that. And then if you have fun, like perhaps Eric will pick that up and reciprocate the same feeling. Because why is she gonna, if you're coming at her being all nice, like what is she gonna, she'll look like a jerk if she turns around and is like,
And I think, that obviously this is not about Erica, but more on the Diana and Sutton thing. I think that's why so many people took a turn with Diana and standing up for Sutton last night, not like even the morning after, I guess this one, is because it was literally just Diana saying, oh, she's this, and Sutton literally not reacting. So I think that's what made them take a turn. Is like
it made her look worse.
Yeah, she's literally not saying anything,
Because
and you just keep going.
Yet nobody was fighting back with her. She just looked worse. But
yeah, so I think in a sense it worked out with that situation. So she should probably try it in this one. And then back at Kyle's house, she ends up going to check on Kathy. And
oh my god,
Kathy complains that there's no hangers, and Kyle's like, there is hangers, but she's like, there's clothes in the closet. There's nowhere to put the stuff.
but here's the thing. Let's examine the scenery.
Wait, are you gonna talk about the pillows? Because I wrote, what are those pillows Kathy has?
First of all, I think she only had one.
No, there was two. There was like maybe it reversed like each side. There was like a pink and a blue one. It was
a small square pillow, and
it had little lace around the edge.
Yeah, it had like a little like ruffle around the edge.
Kathy, just outfits were weird. I comment on it later, but like I wrote in my notes.
No, they are. There's no doubt about it. Wait. They're all weird.
We should say this is our first episode we have not watched in the presence of each other.
Yeah.
So every reaction we're hearing, because usually like we have to pause and take notes, so we'll sometimes be like, "Can you believe that?" Like we have no clue what each other's reaction. We talked a little bit, but
you should have known I was gonna spy that pillow.
I know you're a big little pillow connoisseur, so I was wondering if you did.
Listen, I have me a little pillow. There are little pillows that belong on the airplanes. My dad used to work there, and we
keep going. I'm just gonna grab my water. Yeah, it's on the other side of the room.
He would get us these little pillows. They're like little neck pillows and stuff. But now you can buy them in Walmart. Anybody could get them. They're little travel pillows. But
Sissy has one.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, hers was like a square. You put it right back where it was.
What?
You unfolded the thing and it folded right back up.
Oh my god, really? Feel it?
Yeah.
No. They look like, you know what they look like? They look like they might be from, well, hold on.
Like a wicker set.
No. Was Kyle in the Little House of the Prairie?
Yeah, they look like Little House.
They look like she stole it from Kyle on set in the Little House of the Prairie back in the day. That's what they look like.
They were very
like
shabby chic, but not in a good way. And yeah, they looked.
Oh, so sorry.
They looked roughed up. But she had one little pillow that she was like leaning on it. It wasn't even fluffy or nothing. It was flat as all heck.
I thought I saw it too. Like, I thought she was like hugging one and then sleeping on one.
I don't know. I thought that was her blanket. I don't know. I didn't really see a blanket either that really liked it to like really say she had a blanket.
God.
I don't know. It was kind of, the whole thing was kind of bizarre. She was just down on that bunk like she was in a prison. And yeah, I don't know. I thought the whole thing was
then they cut though
weird
from that to Kyle saying that Dorit went and stayed with Diana, or now she's staying with Diana in the hotel.
That was weird because I'm sorry, I had a lot about that one because I think Kyle thought that too, because Kyle's like, yeah, did you know that like Dorit went at midnight to stay with Diana because Diana said she had an extra room, and she goes, I think Dorit just likes staying in hotels. I don't know whether she does or she doesn't, but I'm sorry. She's in a huge house.
A really nice house.
Really nice house. First of all, there's all the girls there. We can pretend there's no production, but we all know there's production there. And there's somewhere in that house staying, whether it's in the garage or wherever.
Like in like I think when we watched the girls trip, didn't we say there looked like there was like
they
an
had
RV
trailers
or something? Like there's
somewhere on the premises. Let's be real.
Well, somebody has to be there in case, for example,
and
somebody gets up in the night and they have to start filming.
And there's like a house person too that like was taking care of the house, I think. And
I'm sure the chef might be staying there as well. Who's to say
they all stay there? I don't know. But there were people there. There were the other girls there.
At least
you weren't by yourself. Yeah,
no, 3.
Well, 3 others. But you weren't by yourself. You were with 3 other people. And I mean, maybe she doesn't know them well enough to feel like,
know what?
But she doesn't know Diana, I don't think either. So I don't know why.
But she's not staying with Diana. She's
no,
staying
I know, but it's like,
well, an extra. Like I don't know how she just.
It could have been for like a makeup artist or something, or somebody that didn't
like
show.
The person who comes down and sets the room.
It could have been something like that. Like, and they just didn't stay, or they went to stay somewhere else, or they did something else. But I thought that was weird because I'm like
at midnight, like were you just up texting her? Like,
well, I think she was up, and I think she was nervous, and she felt like she wasn't safe or whatever. But then why don't you call Kyle and said, "Can I come over?" Like I don't know.
But maybe Diana Kyle didn't have any space.
Yeah, and maybe she knew Diana offered and said she did have something, but I don't know. I thought that was weird too that she did that.
I mean, when you really think about it, I can't say I've seen Dorit hang out with Garcelle's son or Crystal very much to be like,
no, not really.
That she might find them a comfort, which is weird. Because they've been on the show for almost 2-3 years now, both of them, and
But I did have one other thing to add to the whole hanger debacle of
I was saying we come back to Kathy anyway.
Kyle
after
and Kathy. Like, I know she said there was nowhere to put the clothes in. I don't know why Kyle thinks it's okay to just keep saying, it's a small house, it's a small house. It's not that small, first of all. And if you told your sister, like, it sounds like she told her that she was going to clean it out and make room for her. Sounds like she didn't.
No, because she says there's clothes in there.
She's like, what do you want me to do? Like, I don't know, find somewhere else. Give her a little space. Give her a drawer or something. I don't know. I thought that was pretty crappy, too, on Kyle's part. Was that, like, she even, like, if when she said something to her, it was like, oh, just, like, whatever. Like, it was very blasé. Like, she didn't.
Well, after the Dorit little comment thing, they go back to Kyle and Kathy, and she's like, she tells her that those slippers have to go.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kathy went upstairs after production left and looked for her slippers and they were not there. And then she also told her, she said that we're leaving and the dog's here, and if you leave, don't let the dog out.
Yeah, I see that as a disaster.
And I was like, I hope that's not foreshadowing anything, because it's horrible if it is.
No, but I guess she it looked like they had whatchamacallit, I thought I saw like cameras and stuff that she could watch.
Oh, probably.
But I don't know. I mean,
my question is, what was Kathy doing? I just thought about it. Where was she while they were snowboarding and skiing?
Oh, she wasn't. That's right. She wasn't.
She wasn't anywhere. Like, she didn't even go.
No, because she did say that, like, her legs or whatever, or her knees and stuff like that. So I guess.
But I mean, she could have went to with the snowmobile group. God, why can't I? Don't hit your butt on the mic.
Oh, how would I get my butt up there?
Bun.
Oh,
your bum was gonna hit the mic.
Like, how am I gonna get my butt up
Could you
there?
please not put your bum on the mic? Oh,
Sorry.
it almost knocked me laptop.
My other thing that I noticed was I saw somebody come in and say, I thought they came in and said hello, and then Kyle said something to them like, oh, you look cute, and I'm like, so I immediately wrote down, oh, like Dorit was here, and then I'm like, nope, now I'm like, no, now here's Dorit.
It's Kyle's dog. If you heard barking in the background, it's Kathy let Kyle's dog, and it ran all the way across country.
Yeah, there you go. But it was Erica, because I was like, I saw somebody in pink, and then I saw Erica was in pink. And
when she was complimenting her when they were leaving. Yeah.
And then Rena, of course, label fanatic. She was in North Face by Gucci.
It almost looked like a knockoff, like you would find on like the New York streets, because it just said
it was. So.
Obviously not, but it said the North Face Gucci, and I was like, I've never seen that. It just looked cheap to me. Yeah, even though it's probably not. But
no, it's probably not. And then Dorit had Fendi on, of course, because when you need a snowsuit, you need a Fendi one.
I'm just curious, like, where did they go, like when you think of a snowsuit, like, to go get one that has like a designer brand, like, or like when they thought of like, oh crap,
Fendi,
a snowsuit, and you were like, yeah, I'm gonna look at Fendi for one. I think like I'm going to Walmart, or like if you really need one quick, you probably go to like a Kohl's or something.
Yeah, well, that's not what they do.
But like that was their idea. I don't know. I just saw them like. So she thought, let me go get a puffer from there.
I couldn't see anybody else like really toting name brand except for those two.
I'm sure Diana's was something. The skis were green, matching the jacket.
I don't know what that fur jacket was, but it looked like a little green monster.
Who is Herman Munster, the big red guy? No, who's the big guy that's like big red and Looney Tunes? It looked like that, but like the green version of it.
I can't think of his name.
I can't remember his name.
He doesn't really speak.
No.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
But it looks like the green version of that.
I just said...
And I also took notes of this. Her skis matched. Like, she planned
I didn't see her skis.
She had green skis. Everything. Okay, so after they had left Kyle's house, I think they pick Sutton, Garcelle, and Tree. They all pick up Erica. And they have, like, the most silent car ride ever.
Oh, my God. They said it was going to be quiet, and it was pretty bad.
And then I think... I don't know how Crystal and Dorit got to them. I didn't see that. I think they came to Kyle's house and then they got in a car and then they picked up Diana, I think, from her hotel.
Yeah, I guess.
But I don't know how they did that, because if Dorit was staying with Diana, how did she not get in the same time as Diana? Do you know what I'm saying?
Unless she was at the other place, like, gathering her stuff. And
maybe.
I don't know.
And then I noticed, too, I don't know, it was just weird to me that they were like, Diana, like, they were very excited to see her. I don't know, not that I'm not being like, oh, they shouldn't, but I just noticed.
She stayed alone or something, I don't know, it was weird.
And then they arrive to the mountain, Sutton's group, and Sutton misses the entire instructions on how to ride that snowmobile, because she was hanging out, what were they, goats?
There was llamas and goats, and mountain goats. Yeah, I don't understand. why they were up there. Is what I'm like, I don't know what were they doing up there. They were, because it looked like they were up on some like random mountain. So why?
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Sorry,
Took
I just cut
skin
it.
off.
I just cut you.
Ow!
Sorry. Probably with my one and only long nail left.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry. Yep. So they're up at the mountain, and then the guy decides to like show them, kind of teach them how to put the helmet on, and I'm like, seriously, you need some instruction.
Oh my god!
Get rid of that knee, will you?
Ow! What am I?
Will you cover it with some fabric instead of having those pants exposed like that? She's like, no, I'm gonna cover the laptop with it.
Ow! Yeah. So now if you hit me, you hit your hand. Oh my
yeah,
god!
So now,
where are we even?
we're up on the mountain, and they're learning how to put the helmets on, and then they were.
I feel like I keep getting kicked down the mountain right now.
And then they gave them instruction on how to ride the bike, which I really got excited for about a minute and a half, because I saw that Garcelle got on with Cherie. And
I thought they were going to do duos.
Oh my gee. Nope, they didn't.
I know.
They were by themselves.
Because that is a thing they do. Like,
they
make them team up.
They make them, you know,
and I was like waiting, and I'm like, no, nothing. They're not. And I was like, I saw Erica, and I'm like, I'm trying to look behind her. I'm like, maybe Sutton's kind of short. I was like, maybe I can't see her. And then they showed Sutton.
They showed
like,
Sutton, yeah, doing her own thing.
And then on the other mountain.
Back on the skiing mountain.
Yeah, Mo shows up to meet with them, where was he?
I don't know. He could have been out. He could have had.
He could have had realtor stuff there, because that's what they said.
He could have been doing something with his skis. Could have been.
But
doing anything.
he didn't. I don't think he left with them, because he wasn't in the van.
So he showed up just magically somewhere else.
And then, here's the thing. So it starts
woodwork.
though with Diana and Dorit walking over, being like, they're like out of breath and they can't make it.
Yeah,
and
she
Kyle's
was really in rough shape.
And Kyle and
like
the
the
rest
elevation
of them,
was rough.
Yeah, Kyle and the rest of them were all like within structure, and Mo comes over first, and then finally when Diana and Dorit get there, it just looks like they're like, all right, let's go. Like they finally got there, and they like, and because they were huffing and puffing, and it didn't even look like they let them catch their breath. They're just like, keep walking, girls.
Well,
I mean, you might as well. By the time you get there, then they're like, it's gonna be over.
Of course, they had to mention the other girls going snowboarding, and that Erica went snowmobiling. That she went with them and all, and I'm like, yeah, well, where'd you think she was gonna go? I mean, I'm just saying, if she's not the type to not go just because somebody doesn't like her.
Yeah,
let's be real. She'll clearly go wherever she needs to go for her own fun. So now that group gets in a gondola and goes up to the top of the mountain. Yeah. And they're anticipating that Dorit will be the worst out of all of them.
Well, Crystal
said she didn't really do anything, and I thought about I just lost my train of thought. Crap.
Well, you want to think about it for a second?
Yeah.
I was going to say, they show like a montage of them like skiing, and then instantly Dorit falls, and she goes, I'm over it already. I wonder if that was one of the times she forgot she was mic'd up.
Well, they took forever to get her down the hill, and they already had food in front of them and everything and drinks, and I'm like, okay, how long have you been sitting here without her?
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it just looked like Crystal kept looking around. I don't know if it was just the way they edited it, that she just kept looking around. What it was. But damn it! Oh my god!
It was someone Crystal. I forget it, but
she said she was competitive.
No, but they sat there. They sat there so long. I remembered.
Was it with the lunch or going down the hill?
Something with food. Well, I remembered it when we talked about food, but she. I was just taken back by Diana, and who else was it?
Garcelle,
Renna. They all still had their helmets on while they were sitting there eating, and I'm like.
No, you're thinking of the snowmobile. Yeah, they all had their helmets on there. They all had them.
No. But Renna had hers on too. Dorit.
Oh, you said Garcelle. That's why I got.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Dorit had hers on.
I didn't take note of them. I noticed the snowmobile group
literally on. It was still on, and I'm like.
Well, maybe they were going back.
Not the way Erica was wearing hers. Erica had her popped up off the head, and I'm like.
No, all the snowmobile people had theirs popped up off there.
But I was watching. I'm like. when they were doing it, but they were also sitting at the table for a long time before poor Dorit came down. They're like, oh, here's Dorit. I'm like, yeah, 20 minutes later, like, after you had, you know.
Well, you know what I thought was funny? Because, like, obviously they always sync it up so that both people are eating at the same time.
Yeah.
What was the snowmobile?
Dorit, Diana, and Rena, I wrote, are all eating with their helmets on. They're sitting there drinking wine already.
Bloody Marys.
Bloody Marys, yeah.
No, so the skiing group was, like, drinking, right? And the snowmobile group asked for alcohol, and they were like, no, you can't drink. Too. And I was like, but I think they said they can't because... Up? Well, I didn't know that, but I...
No, you can't. You're driving a machine.
Well, no, I know, but I just thought that was funny because, like, the other people skiing, which even if they weren't going back up, I would assuming that, like, anybody who goes to a ski resort could technically be going down those things drunk when you really think about it.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to either. But I didn't see them go back up, so maybe
I know,
they were
but
done.
I'm just saying.
But the fact that they were sitting there for so long, that they ordered food, and I'm sorry, but they looked like they had like a lot of food in front of them. Like they had fries and things. Like I thought I saw. Like
this is the third time you've mentioned this food.
No, because this is where I'm trying to go with it. I'm like thinking to myself,
getting back to this thought.
No, they kept making like a big stink that Dorit was like nowhere to be found, and that she was taking like forever to come down that hill. Those mountains are not that big. Like nobody was concerned. Like maybe somebody should go try to find her. No, let's just keep sitting here and eating our meals
Crystal
that are coming to us.
Crystal did say, "Oh, we'll keep our eye out for her." Let's keep our eye out. And Crystal did like the way I don't know. Like I said, the way they were editing it looked like she was like looking around. But the funny thing is, they kept looking down on the mountain to see if she was coming down, and she came from like on their left. Like,
from on the like patio.
Like she looked. Maybe she was in the bathroom somewhere. That's the only thing I
just thought it was weird that they had like full blown food. Like they ordered food and got it and were eating it. Like it wasn't like oh, we already ordered without you because she took so damn long. Like
I don't know. But
she said I was going at my own pace. She goes, I don't care.
Well, yeah, because she said she hadn't skied in 20 years.
Yeah, sorry.
And then the snowmobile group, they
had a nice discussion. I felt like their thing was productive at least.
Sutton says that she just doesn't care about Diana anymore, and she's just not gonna apologize to her.
Yeah, I don't blame her either. I would stop apologizing to someone that is either not gonna hear them or whatever I say is gonna be still wrong, because that's how Diana acted. Like no matter how many times she would apologize, you're still not gonna be right. And Erica tried to explain it. I don't really know that I got what Erica was trying to say, because like I think she was trying to call her out and say like, oh, it's not genuine. Like you may think you're coming across genuine, but how it's being received is not necessarily as genuine as you think or something. Yeah. I'm thinking to myself, what the hell? Like the lady apologized like 500 times. Like you don't get another one. You should be done.
You know what I'm thinking too? I mean, people may not agree with me, but I'm like now just.
I'm licking my lips like Diana. I just realized it. Oh God, it's contagious.
But you know how she? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna sidetrack. You know how she licks the lips, but with her mouth open.
Yeah.
Like her mouth is open. It's like.
Yeah,
it's gross. Like I don't know. I really noticed it at the dinner. I was like I've noticed the lipping, but like the full mouth is open.
That at the
it's weird
at the dinners.
I don't know. I just noticed it really this one. But what I was gonna say was I am kind of glad that Diana didn't go to the reunion, because I could see most of the reunion being like you're not genuine, you're fake. Yeah, like, do you have feelings? Like just repeating everything, like
her interrupting,
and getting really nowhere.
Yeah, you wouldn't get any.
Here's the thing: if she isn't, most likely I could see her not coming back next season.
That's clearly her fight style. So
yeah, if she's not coming back next season, guess what? Then there's nothing to resolve. So then you really don't have to come, because there's no point. Let the other people focus on their issues, because you know
she was a real housewife. Like she had a diamond, right?
Yeah, Diana's a housewife.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like I think they would have been better to have Shuri like be the actual one. I think I've seen people say that they would like next season they could see her being one.
I mean, I could see oh no,
not again.
Yeah, I'm done on that note. Forget that one.
No, I'm just saying though, if they could, I would have. They should have switched out Diana and Shuri, like housewife status wise.
Yeah,
I think
so.
And then Garcelle also asked Sutton, what is she gonna do about the dinner tonight? And Sutton says that she'd rather sit with Erica.
Which is, I think, what opened up a lot of their conversation too, like where she was like, "Yes, I understand that, and I don't have a problem with you really But, you know.
Yeah, which we've already had this conversation in Mexico.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like either the stuff was repetitive, and it's like, oh, let's have the same conversation about Erica and Sutton that don't speak together. Let's do that one again. Let's do the same. I'm like,
because clearly they'll work it out. But then I'm sure they'll fight again. But clearly that's their thing. They will end up working it out, I guess, until it's something too serious.
yeah.
And I think their too serious probably was the lawsuit last season.
Yeah. And then you get, what's her name? Garcelle and, I think keeps
Sutton?
out. And no, the other one, Crystal. They're talking about.
Oh, I had wrote that. So I thought you were talking about that Garcelle ends up going back with Sutton on the snowmobile.
Yeah. Because she was too frightening. I'm like, okay, really? I think she.
Well, she was probably better because Sutton was actually going so slow. Like
ridiculously so. Like, she's like counting it out. She's like, okay, here we go. It's gonna be like a 1, a 2. I'm like, oh Jesus, I'm gonna try to make.
She's gonna fall. You're gonna roll backwards.
I'm gonna be a Cooper. Okay, I think I'm in. I don't know how long I'm gonna last.
I can imagine people, like, when we talk about how we're sitting, like chairs is what you think we're like in chairs that we're falling. We're sitting on a couch here. Well, I'm on an ottoman and she's on the couch.
And it's possibly the most uncomfortable way you could sit, but it's okay.
We're making it work. Make it work.
There you go, make it work.
Okay.
So now are you up to Crystal and Garcelle?
Yeah, but because Crystal and Garcelle have a little bit more. I mean, we see Garcelle go to Crystal's room.
Well, it kind of goes back and forth, I feel like, between Kyle and...
Yeah, because I was going to say...
Oh my God, my thing.
Well, Garcelle goes to Crystal's room, but after that, they cut back to, like, Kyle and Erica. And Erica, I don't know why, it's so funny to me. She tells Mo that he needs to go and shower if he's coming with them.
Well, I don't think she
meant it like that. Like,
she just
smell.
said, "Oh, you have to shower still," or something like that.
Like, you need to go now, otherwise you're gonna be late.
Oh, you gotta go then, or something like. Which is why he probably. Oh, okay.
Cooper watched the episode with me.
Did he?
Yeah.
Big man.
Oh, he's grabbing my shirt.
No, he's done.
But yeah, and she also shares that she had a nice time with the girls, which I think literally
Yeah, and it sounded very genuine. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think almost everybody who was there, I think besides Sheree.
Sutton didn't really like.
Well, and Sutton too.
She didn't really say like words or anything. Like she I felt like you got the idea that she definitely had a good time.
Well, everybody that needed to share it again. What is going on with you?
I'm trying to raise this up, and every time I do, this stupid thing comes up. But then when you get rid of it, like.
Oh my God.
It's ridiculous.
We'll give
it's because I don't have the pen thing. It's alright, I'm ready.
So the big conversation really starts here where Crystal asks Garcelle what did the other women on her talk show say about the whole like earring thing, and Crystal says that she wouldn't want to wait, what the hell did I write? Oh, Crystal basically says that she wouldn't want the earrings, like, if it was, like, her. Yeah. Like, she would kind of feel guilty. And even Garcelle says the same thing about this. Like, that's, like, both of their consensus. Like, they wouldn't want these if they could give the money to, like, Trey.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. But I am, like, a little bit on Erica's side with these whole earring things because... I know how valuable money is, and I'm sorry, if I had even $2,000 earrings right now, and somebody said, well, somebody lost everything they had, I'd love to give to you, but I'm not going to give something that's a security net for myself up to somebody else.
Miss sells her own jewelry over here.
Well, no, I'm just saying, I'm not going to, like,
yeah.
I mean, Erica didn't come from rich. She came from poor. So she knows what it's like to need and want stuff, and she knows that she's in look, even if she wants to be, like, plain Jane, she knows she's in an arena right now where it's very visible. You're very, you have to like look a certain way and dress a certain way, even with like.
What? Oh my God!
I segued to the wrong way.
I don't know where you're going.
I don't know.
Well, I'll just with the Crystal and Garcelle thing. One of my things, I love that Garcelle was like, is she wearing them? Because she's like, I keep looking at her ears to see if I can spot them.
Yeah. Well, and that's when she went right out there and asked her. Like,
Yeah, at the dinner she asked.
No, that's what I'm saying. I knew she was going to say something because the minute she said, I think I wrote that down somewhere. Oh, they're going to discuss this at dinner for sure because the way she, agree to disagree. No, I'm trying to read my notes to see where I wrote that because I know.
But take a minute.
No, because I know I wrote down that they're definitely going to bring this up at dinner. Oh, yeah. See, they're definitely going to bring this up at dinner because there's no way the way they just keep talking about it. And I agree with Erica. This is where I was going with that because I don't feel Erica knew anything about the money, and I don't feel that she has to pay for this. I understand what they're all talking about. There's victims. We all know there's victims. People died. They know that. Those are facts. That people died.
Yeah.
Hi, baby. Whether or not Tom Girardi and his company took the money and bought her earrings with, we'll never know.
Yeah.
Unless they have a receipt that says it came from, say, a discretionary fund from such and such. We're not going to know where he got the money to buy them.
Yeah.
You can't say he's $1 million lawyer. He was doing $1 million suits. You can't say that that particular money came from here unless they're like you can account for every other penny he had, and this shows up in his account, which maybe it will. Who knows? But I still don't think she knew anything about it. I don't think she questioned him because he was winning large lawsuits.
I just think the issue is like in this episode.
So why would you ask somebody like?
I think she just makes herself sound so guilty.
Yeah.
Oh, well, selfish. Yeah, that's
selfish
it.
and
guilty. Like she makes herself.
But
like
see, here's the
who
thing,
says
like,
there's victims?
Keep saying that like
so guilty.
She's really not. There's nothing for her to be guilty of. Like that's the worst part. Like I don't think she was in cahoots with him.
Oh, probably no.
I don't think any of that. So like that's what she's trying to say. Why am I being like made out to be a certain way when I haven't done anything? I haven't been proved I did anything, and really you can't really prove anything because.
You know what I was gonna say? I was also gonna, like, for her, it's kind of like, oh crap, Jesus,
it happens.
What is going on? You passed the brain fog to me.
Yep.
Oh, like, okay, I'm gonna have a tough time trying to explain it. Let me see. Maybe you'll get it. But like, for her, it's something like she also doesn't want to admit probably to herself that the guy that she was dating married for all these years, that could be like this. So obviously, it's gonna like she's gonna want to.
It's the thing that I always talk about. It's like your judgment and stuff like that. How like when you find out, and I'm sure she's gonna find out that he was knee deep in something. Did she know about it? I don't think she did. And like she said, it's a court case. Everything has to go through the court. Everything has to go through the law system. It's a property claim. So she's like, no, I'm not just going to hand over earrings. I can't do that because it's a property situation, which I get what she's saying. And nor does she want to. Maybe she just wants the earrings. It's her business. She doesn't know who these victims are. Like,
well, that's true. Like I was saying,
like she made a good point. She said something to Kyle, like the only person you should be concerned about in this situation is me.
Yeah. But
you're concerned around with people that, which I understand, but you don't even know who they are and know what they're about or know anything about them. You were concerned with them before me. And like, she's like, I'm your friend. And I get what she's trying to say. Like, if the court deems her that those earrings are hers, then they're hers. She doesn't have to donate them to anybody.
Yeah.
Like, that's just ridiculous. Like, if you want to make a donation and you want to use that, that's great. But she doesn't have to donate them to you. She'll probably end up losing them and get screwed up anyway. Yeah. Well.
That's Kardashians. Okay. We'll get more into that, like, when the fight really breaks out. So, on their way to this dinner, Sutton getting into that van was quite something.
That's like me getting into this seat right now.
So Garcelle's like, "Oh, be careful! It's slippery."
I couldn't figure out what the problem was. She kept saying something with her skirt, but
see, Garcelle. I heard Garcelle, "Be careful! It's slippery." Like I thought.
Yes, and then she said, "Oh, it's gonna take me forever to get into here with this skirt on because the skirt looked tight."
Like maybe she couldn't lift her leg up.
Yeah, that's.
And then she was afraid of slipping.
Yeah, that's.
And then she asked Cherie. She's like, "Oh, spot me!" And Cherie just stands there and watches. And then once they're all finally in the van, Garcelle's like, "Who's gonna shut the door?" Nobody. They all just left it open.
Production will get out and shut the door.
And then another classic Kathy moment at the actual dinner when
God.
Sutton arrives,
Love
she
your
has like
little
this
girl boobs.
dress with like a cutout where you can like see her boobs.
Yeah.
And she like Sutton like makes a point of like showing like Erica or something her dress.
Yeah.
And Kathy goes, "Well, you can do that because you have little girl boobs like Nikki and Paris." And it would be vulgar if you had big boobs or something.
Like the outfit would look vulgar, and it probably would have because it was like a mesh V that goes down the front, and those don't really, they're not meant for big boob
every
girls.
thought coming. Well, speaking of Kathy here, I took note. Why did Kathy look like she was dressed up as a first grader on her first day of school? What was that outfit?
I don't remember.
She had like a red cardigan, a little hair clip.
That's the only thing I saw was the
She just
red.
looked like a first grader ready for her first day of school. Like, I don't know. It was just something like I hate this word. The vibes. The vibes that are coming off of Kathy recently are just so weird. And I don't like the word vibes. Like, I don't know what vibe she's giving off, but they're just weird. Like the hotel shoes. She looks like a first grader.
Yeah, it's like upset your sister vibes and look like a poor person.
Well, no, it's like, I don't know. It's almost like she like knew this hell was gonna break loose, and she wanted to put this like, oh, I'm just a little baby. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no, I do.
Like she's like
she's helpless. She's very helpless.
like helpless.
She needs constant instruction, and I think she does.
Yeah,
sadly.
weirdly. I'm not like I think she
the
might.
stuff she gets by with is stuff that she understands already. Otherwise, I don't think she. I think she's definitely like helpless, and that's really sad.
And then the earrings obviously have to come up now with Erica because she's talking about all these amazing
Well, she
clothes
ended up
that
sitting
she has.
next to her,
Garcelle, yeah.
and somehow I don't know who had a bag that brought it up to the attention, and then she starts talking about all the bags and stuff that she had, and I gotta move. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry there. Yeah, I don't. They were talking about somebody. Was it Diana's bag or something, or I don't know. There was something in that.
I know they bring up bags twice. They bring it up with like Erica, and then they bring up Kathy's bag.
Well, Kathy's bag's different, but like I feel like
was it Britta?
I don't know, somebody.
Oh no. Kathy's talking about all these old clothes she has somewhere.
Oh yes, that's right. And they said, "Why don't you let us into that vault or something, or into that room or whatever."
Yeah, I don't know what. And then she brings up like that she's talking about like, oh, she has all these amazing clothes, and then that's where Garcelle asks about the earrings and asks if she still like has them, and
she says, "Oh, what is 750,000
$750,000 earrings
look like or something?" And she goes, "Oh, I'll show you." And she's like, "Oh, you have them here, or you have them?" And then she's like, "Do you have them here?"
Yeah, and I think she also says they're like $1 million. No, she says she has them and she'll show them tomorrow or something.
Then she says, "Well, no, they're actually $1 million or something like that." And she's like, "Oh." And then she's like, "Oh, you don't want to give them back?"
Yeah.
Like she immediately answers, she's like, "Oh, you don't want to give them in, or you don't want to give them back?" And she's like, "No, why would I give them back?"
Well, yeah, she says she won't give them back unless the law asks.
Yeah, she said if they tell me I have to give them back, then she's gonna give them back.
But what's weird is the articles that this show keeps showing is saying that Erica is refusing to give them back. Like the law. Yeah. The judge, I guess you could say, asked for them back, and it's like they keep. Like, do you know how the title's like it's saying Erica Jane refused them? So like, did they ask for them back and she's supposed to,
so.
or like, you know what I mean? That's what's weird because the way she said it made it sound like either it's an ongoing thing as far as that, or like they didn't. Because I thought she also said she offered or something. I thought I heard her say something about offering giving them back or something. And then Garcelle says that she's not going to give Erica a heads up about the show, like the real thing, which I don't know why she would have to. Like I'm assuming Erica would assume that like most people are gonna
considering that they are not friends.
Yeah. Or well, she probably knows when they filmed it that they're not like that's when they were not friends. And they agreed to what like I forgot what they said last week that they are not friends.
Disagree.
Yeah, like they're not gonna be close.
Yeah. They know they're never gonna be friends.
And then weirdly they interject this scene. I don't know what this was for or why they put it in there. Dorit turning to Mauricio being like, "What is this?"
Her chicken sausage.
And he's like, "It's the chicken sausage." And she's like, "What? I didn't know." What was that scene for? Did somebody just forget to remove that?
No, it's just that you can remember Dorit is actually on the show.
Oh.
Because again, I feel like she was the missed player of this season here. Nobody.
But it was just really random.
Yeah, it was.
It was like, I think it was to remind you that Dorit and Mauricio were both at this dinner, because I did forget he was there until it, because he didn't sit next to Kyle.
Yeah.
He sat at the end with Dorit. I don't know. It was just weird. And then this is where Kathy's bag comes up. She tells Diana, like, oh, don't be jealous of my sister's bag. And it's like, I don't even know how to describe the bag. Because she
said it was from a shopping store.
Well, no, I don't know if it is, but she described it as...
I think
like,
it was.
It just looked like it... Oh, God, I don't know. Like, you know when people have the bags and they're like... They look like rope-made bags with, like, that people would carry fruit in. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Like a farmer's market bag.
Yeah.
But it's kind of just... It's just blue.
Hangs like a hammock kind of thing.
Yeah, and Kathy says she has nice bags, but she's just not bringing them to Aspen. And then that's when Kyle brings up the comment about being like, well, Aspen's like high class.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
But clearly, to Kathy Hilton, it is a matter of fact not. Which I mean, even Ramona Singer treats Aspen as high class. So, well,
maybe it is. I don't know.
I don't know much.
Never
about
been,
Aspen.
never been. So I couldn't tell. Couldn't speak on that one.
And then they all go back to the rented house,
which I really was hoping that they were going to, because with all the things you could do there, like I figured either they're all going to break off into little cliques.
Well, yeah, I figured that they were all just going to separate.
Yeah, or they'll just definitely do whatever. But yeah,
they go back to there. They make drinks. I know Rinna did an edible, but I couldn't tell if Crystal did it too.
I think she said she did.
I think she said she
said they both took a little bit or whatever. And I think because that's why I think they were so quiet and calm during the whole shenanigans.
No, but Crystal wasn't. Crystal was...
No, but I'm saying Crystal doesn't have that kind of...
Oh, you think Crystal acted out more because she was high?
Oh, yeah, because I think she was calmer. I don't think she was letting like everything get to her. So I think she felt easier to speak about it.
They forced... Well, not technically forced. They offered it to Cherie, and then I think after she ate it, they more kind of said... Or Cherie said it tastes bitter, and she's like, yeah, well, that's because it has weed in it. Like, so, like, I think they unconsciously drugged her on accident. Like...
Who, Cherie?
Yes, I don't think she really knew what she was taking until after she ate it.
Could be.
Or, like, well, it's... I mean, when I heard it, they explained it, but...
I just thought it was weird.
And then... Kathy, this is where the big Kathy fight's gonna really, not now in this episode, but next episode. This is where you said I think it's gonna stem from.
So you just like her face looked like,
she
big time angry.
Calls attention basically, and she's like, "Oh, I hate other tequilas, but I love this one by Nikki and her husband or something." And she's like, "I'm an investor."
She pulled it like out of like thin air, like,
and she like holds it like Vanna White and everything.
Very weird.
And then like Kyle starts laughing at her about this, and her hat falls off, and Erica takes the hat, and Kyle's like, she's like, I need that back because my hair is ugly. Another one of the examples of like, not like, I don't know, what would we call it? Like, not, this isn't more like rich type of thing, but just like, I need to like presence, like keeping the presence
she needs
on.
To like look perfect and stuff like that, and she can't be there sitting there without the proper hat on because
that
it'll
was
make it look
more,
stupid.
That was more like notable to me than Kathy presenting this tequila.
Yeah, which looked like a full blown like information center and stuff.
it was like your classic
like an info
housewife little like, I'm gonna promote my brand but not really. And well, I guess we'll get into it more towards once we talk about the preview about the tequila.
I don't know why if she wants to talk about the tequila, I don't know why she just didn't put it there and be like, not put it on the table and just be like, so you guys, this is a treat for you guys if you really want it, you know, because so and so is like, you know.
Well, I think she just wanted to like explain it.
I don't know, very weird.
Because she could have been like, like how you're saying, hey guys, I brought Nikki and whatever her husband's name is.
I don't remember.
Tequila, and you know, I'm not a big tequila girl, but let me tell you, this is so good.
Yeah, this tastes good that you could.
Are you closing your laptop?
Yeah, because I didn't get to take real notes after that.
Oh, okay, so you're going to go off everything I said. No, I'm just saying that we'll have to follow my notes. All right, let's hope my notes are in order, because I'll be honest.
There's not much left after.
No, this is the big fight with Crystal and Erica.
I'm just tired of trying to hold my laptop up when there's nothing on there for me to read.
Well, here, you can look at mine, I guess.
No, I'm good.
But let me just say this. I struggled to take notes on this fight because I just, like, it was like, they were going so fast back and forth.
I feel like
it was a lot of the same
thing. I feel like Erica was repeating herself.
Yeah.
So you weren't getting a lot of, like, different facts or different like information. Like she was definitely repeating herself throughout the whole thing, where it was like, okay, enough already.
Well, it starts with Garcelle talking to Diana, Crystal, and Dorit, and then she has Erica join because she doesn't want to be said that she's talking behind her back, which I will say that is the one thing about Garcelle. Yeah, she may stir the pot, but she doesn't want to talk behind like people's back, or she doesn't think that should be done. Like, let's just all talk in front of each other.
Oh, that would have defeated, if she didn't, that would have defeated her calling her over, saying when all the girls were there, like, what did she say? Not defend yourself. That was Kyle. The other one where she was like, oh, she's in the room.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So while that group's kind of sitting at the bar.
I wish my elbow would stop sliding. Go ahead.
Rinna, Kyle, Sutton, and Cherie are all on the couch. And Kyle goes to Sutton. She's like, go over, you're a lawyer, like to try to like help them while they're bickering it out. And also, I don't know where Kathy is. Kathy comes in later in the fight with one word, but I'm just assuming Kathy's in the corner of Vanna Whiting the bottle. She's just standing there waiting for the camera to pan on her.
Sorry,
like she's just gone.
Yeah, she wasn't there.
They gave Kathy her big iPad and put her in the corner.
That's why she came there.
To promote the alcohol?
Probably.
I mean, I feel like they would have let her do like a alcohol tasting party too.
Yeah. I don't know why she didn't set up an official thing, like instead of trying to like finagle it into. What are you doing? Oh, sorry. Like finagle it into some kind of little like rinky dink. Like maybe they'll pay attention to you, maybe not, because that's a chance that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Or it could have gotten cut out completely, like that whole scene.
I don't know. It didn't look like there was anything about it.
No, I'm just saying that scene would have, with her saying, oh, this is the alcoholic. I don't think if it doesn't be the reason that it's the main fight, I think it would have been completely cut out. Like, because what would have been the point of keeping that in? So, primarily, Garcelle and Crystal, they're kind of being like, well, I would give up these earrings if I was her, so I could help the victim.
Yeah, that's right. We had like about 2 in one office. I'm talking about doors.
What?
I don't know.
No, I'm gonna pee my pants. I just want to know where you go.
I have no idea. Not a clue. I think I was in a classroom. You know, with the doors that have the little transoms on top?
I don't even know what that word means.
It's like a little window up top. Your classrooms used to have them.
Oh, like a cutout above the door, like with a window. I didn't know it was called a transom.
Yes. See?
Wow.
Even in my slumber, I can come up with a new word.
I don't think you created the word.
No, a word you don't know I meant.
Oh, educate me on a new word. Expose me to an word. Okay. So what I was saying before the 2-in-1 doors is that Crystal and Garcelle were saying that they would give up the earrings if they were Erica in order to help the victims. And I thought you were going to make the comment. That's why I gave a pause for you to speak, because because earlier when you had came home, we were talking about the show a little bit, you had said that, oh, Diana made like a really good comment about.
Yeah, that was her only good comment, was that she said, if you're that concerned, take a pair off your ears, like, or give up one of your own, which is true. If you're that sympathetic, and why does Erica have to give them up just because she has them? You mean to tell me you don't have expensive earrings? I'm sure you do somewhere.
So, well, I mean, we saw them in their Fenty snowsuits. Well, not Crystal.
Well, not those two, but then that's what I'm saying. Like, your husband's a film producer. Like, you got no money. You got eggs in the backyard.
Eggs in the backyard.
To give these people. Yeah, I was going there.
You meant to say eggs in the backyard?
Yeah, I think so. Somebody has eggs in their backyard. Rena? No.
Like chicken? Like, you mean like somebody has a farm in their backyard?
No, I think I'm thinking of Crystal picking those vegetables in the backyard with her kid last week or the week before. I don't think she has eggs in the backyard.
I think Rinna has a garden.
Yeah, but I don't think she has chickens.
No, I don't think anybody has chickens. No, speaking of Diana and that though, I believe I heard Diana gave $100,000 to the charity of Tom's victims or something.
Really?
Yeah, she not only talked the talk, but she walked the walk.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, can't deny. I mean, she did what she said.
Yeah, she did, though. She's got a lot to give. It probably didn't even make a dent. Just
So one thing that I will say I agree with Garcelle on is she said that she thinks that Erica won't give up the earrings, not because she's not compassionate, but because she thinks her compassion is going to be presumed,
Yeah.
or taken as that she is guilty in a sense. Which,
Yeah.
I could see that. I don't think it's not from a compassionate.
I think it could go either way. Like,
Well, I think she doesn't. Who wants to give up nice things that they have? Obviously, nobody does.
Especially cash that you can't get back.
And $1 million earrings. Who really wants to give up $1 million? Nobody. But my thing is, like, I do agree with that. Like, I think the reason Erica doesn't speak out or agree with the victims is not because she's a horrible person. Maybe she is. But I think it's really because I think she's afraid it's going to make her look guilty.
Yeah.
And I think that's the last thing she
I
wants.
don't know.
But
I
I
think
think
she
not
just doesn't-
doing anything makes her look guilty.
No, but I think she just doesn't want to be blamed for this. Like,
Yeah.
I think she's just over it. Like, I feel like she's, I don't know, been put through the ringer.
And Crystal says that all of this is trying to, like, make people whole, and Erica says that it's that this is all for the courts to decide, and it's not up for public opinion. And Erica says,
that was when she screamed.
well, yeah, Erica says you don't just throw your hands up and say you did it if you didn't do it. Which
Well, that's the thing
obviously
is, I feel
true.
like they are all like abandoning her ship. Like, I mean, they all say they don't think she knew or she had anything to do with it, but yet, like, when she tries to throw it on, like, Tom, like,
Yeah.
they won't allow her to.
Well, here's my thing. This may sound horrible. People may listen, but how do I say this without sounding horrible? Why do they care so much about the victims?
I don't know.
Do you know
but
what I'm
that's
trying to say? Like, they're very focused on
No, but that's
these
why
victims.
I'm saying is, like...
Like, I'm not saying, yes, the people who
No.
are wrong should get their money 100%.
Yeah, no, but that's why
But they're very focused on
Yeah,
them.
that's why I said to you that, like, everybody, like, they keep saying that they didn't get this, they didn't do that, they didn't do this. Well, did they look into their stuff, like, and find out, like...
Yeah, like,
Is
validate
that what they have?
their...
Do they have anything? I don't know. I just, yeah, they're all
Like,
very
it
into the
is
victims,
very-
and they're acting like they're saying he's been charged with stuff, but does that mean that, like, it's? I don't know if it's stuff that has to do with the victims per se.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just...
So I'm not
I don't know.
sure.
It's something that I thought about. I'm like, why do they focus so much on said victims? Not saying that they shouldn't. Like I said, I don't know how to explain it correctly
I know
without
what
it,
you're
but if you
saying.
know what I'm saying, maybe you'll get it. What I'm starting to say. Not trying to say don't trust the
Just say
victims.
something else.
What the hell? Okay, maybe I'll talk about the 2-for-1 door deal or something.
That's where you go to get the jobs at Google.
And then you gotta take the watch your head. You're gonna hit your head on the mic, and then the wife takes the markers off the labels,
Well, you can't find nothing.
and then you're gonna go through the tunnels. Oh yeah, don't forget watch our She-Hulk episode, because guess what, the same exact thing happened.
Could be she's making fun of me.
Pray this doesn't happen in our Cobra Kai episode.
Please, let's keep going.
Okay. All right, hold on. I lose track of where I am. Okay.
It was about...
No, I have to look on the notes. I can't remember. It all jumbles up.
Sorry, don't you repeat it, because God knows what'll come out of that pie hole.
And wait, huh?
I don't know. I don't have any more notes.
Oh, basically, I don't have any more notes.
I had to stop. I was driving. Couldn't be writing.
Erica Crystal's like saying that no one's telling her to care so much about these victims. She just does care. And Erica says she isn't caring without facts. She isn't caring without facts.
They're not saying,
And asks
listen,
what her facts are.
Yeah, it is a fact that so-and-so got swindled because, look, you can see the exact money they were supposed to get went into Tom's account or something like that. Like, this is what she's looking for. She's looking for, like, true blue facts, not just, like, you know.
Yeah, and then Crystal says, well, there is the facts. People died and their money was
It's
stolen.
whatever I'm looking at. I'm going to tell you that. No, because I was just going to talk about, I'm not even going to tell you.
The TV?
No.
What? You were going to do it again?
Did you do it again? I'm sorry, folks. I have to back it up. What's his name's hand over there?
Thanos?
Yeah.
What were you going to say about Thanos'
I
mic?
have no idea. But it was coming out of my mouth. I felt it and I shut it down. I said, no talkie of his hand. Sorry, folks. Cobra Kai will be done in the daytime.
You realize it's probably like 6 hours we have to watch? Yeah. We'll figure it out. We'll get it.
Good times.
Well, let's just say we're already going to bed super late, so.
And I'm hungry, but...
And there's broccoli on the stove.
I know, I just realized that I'm hungry, and I was like, oh, maybe I just won't do anything. And then I'm like, God damn, the broccoli's on the stove. So I will make the fried rice anyway.
Well,
son of a gun.
Okay, oh my God, please.
No, you please.
Okay, like you were saying, though. Crystal's
I was. All right, go ahead. I believe you. I believe you.
It's just a segue. No, so Crystal's talking about, she's also drinking soda and it's doing diddle.
Yeah, it's flat. Go ahead. Can't you get back on task?
Watch where you're shaking that drink. I don't know how to fix mortar damage. Okay, so.
No, unless it would be sticky. Ugh. Go ahead. It wouldn't be water.
So, Erica, how I was saying though, Crystal says the facts is that people died and their money was stolen, and Erica says that isn't a fact, and she needs to back them up and cite it. Which I guess that's kind of what you're saying. And then I also literally was typing it, write it, and I was saying that Rinna, Kyle, and Sutton and Tree, they just keep panning back to them all sitting back on the couch being like,
like their faces.
And then, but literally right after that, Rinna has in her sit down that this whole situation is bumming out her high.
Yeah, I did feel bad for her. Not that I'm not an advocate of drugs, but I'm like, she was trying to have a calm moment.
She was trying to have everybody have a good time, relaxed.
Yeah, that didn't work out for her.
And then Erica calls them potential victims, and just because someone said they did something doesn't mean it's true.
That's what she said. She actually this time said it. She said, I do X, Y, and Z. I'm not part of Tom and whatever the other guy's name was. Something. Kelly's.
Giuliani and Keese.
I don't know what it was. Whatever it is. But she's saying she's not part of them, so she doesn't know what they've done, what they didn't do, what they took, what they gave, whatever. And it's true.
Yeah, she says that's the real question.
Know, and she's never going to have access to that stuff. Not at this point. Now you can forget it. So she has to go on whatever everybody took, and she has to wait just like everybody else. And I think she is waiting. Listen, why do you have to give back almost $1 million pair of earrings if they do truly belong to you? Why would you have to give that up? If they really belong to you.
Well, because I'm sure they're not going to give them back to her.
No, she hasn't. But what I'm saying.
No. What I'm saying is, let's just say she gave them up, right?
Yeah.
Right now in the process,
yeah,
are they really going to give them back? Are they going to give her back the money version?
You got to go through that. But that's what I'm saying. It's that's like someone saying, "Oh, well, your ex-husband did X, Y, and Z, so give me your house." Wait, what? Where am I?
I guess it's the premises, but the thing is, your equation does not equal.
And then
because
they all kept saying that she should stop talking about all this lavish stuff and these purses and all like that because it's not a good look for her and stuff. Listen, this is the life she led. You can't expect her to stop wanting that life. That's just the way it is. But I love Lisa Rinna at the end. All of a sudden her high just kicked away.
Wait, you're jumping way too far.
Oh, go ahead.
No, because how you were saying though, Crystal says that all she thinks about is the victims,
I didn't understand
and
that
Erica
phrase.
Says all she cares about is her own self. But that's what I was saying. When Crystal says
to care about herself.
When Crystal says all she thinks about is the victims, that's why I was coming from the point of being why do they focus so much on the victims themselves
she
in their own
really
lives?
said it in a weird way. Did you get the vibe the way she said it? She was like, but all I do is care about the victims. Why don't you care about Erica? I'm not trying to be mean, but why don't you care about Erica? Well, I took it in a sense
that 24/7, this is all Crystal's thinking about us.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it was, but that's how I took it.
But I think that's where Erica was coming from. She's like, I don't understand, but why aren't you concerned with what's happening to me? Because they said something about Kyle was trying to give her a label and.
Oh, well, yeah, that's
I forget
next.
what she tried to call her, but she said a victim. She called her a victim, and she's like, I'm no victim. And she's like, well, then what name would you want me to call you? First of all, why do you have to have a name on it? But she's like, I'm a woman that's husband did her
wife
wrong
who was left in ruins
or something, yeah. So, I mean,
You're
jumping. What?
You're jumping around. You're throwing me off of my notes.
I'm sorry, go ahead. But that's how I feel like this conversation was.
Well, yeah.
It was like here, there, and everywhere.
Well, because then Kyle, like how you were saying, Kyle joins in and she says
she's screaming
that
from
it's
from
not just
across
about the
thing.
law and people are involved. And then that's the part where Erica says that if they were defrauded, was it by Tom or Erica? And that's the true question here. And Kyle says that she thought the money being stolen was confirmed.
Yeah.
And
I don't know that it was.
And Erica says the only one they
wasn't.
should be concerned about, obviously, is with her, kind of what you're saying. And my favorite is, Dorit goes up to Erica at this point, and she goes, take a deep breath. And Erica goes,
I think she was
I'm not taking any deep breaths.
I think she was trying to help, and I think she knew that. But
no, I know, but I just thought that was so funny when Erica was like, I'm not taking any deep breaths. I'm not taking any.
I think she knows I don't need a deep breath. I just need people to listen to me and stop just trying to get me to say things that you want me to say. Where are you going?
And then Cooper's gone. And then Kyle
he wants the air on. We have to wrap it up.
Okay.
Well, he's sitting in front of it.
Kyle's trying to tell Erica to show telling Erica to show compassion, and Kathy tells her she's got to stop cursing. This is where Kathy.
No, but she yelled at her like a child.
Kyle, don't curse.
Yeah, just like a mother would. She's like, Kyle, stop with the F word. Stop with the cursing.
Even Sutton looked shocked. Where are you going?
Go ahead. Keep going. We're going good.
Okay. I guess she's gonna take her own personal intermission. And Kyle, this is where Kyle really loses. Like Kyle's saying she can't defend Erica if she's gonna keep saying all these things, and this is the part where you were saying Kyle tries to call Erica a victim, and she says that isn't what she wants, and she asks her what she wants to be called, and that's what she says, a wife and ruin.
I think she knows she's not a victim, and she's
well,
not.
yeah. My MacBook is gonna die. We gotta get the charger for my laptop. Oh my god. Okay, quick. And then Rinna tells Dorit, which was a little weird to me. Rinna goes up to Dorit and she's like, we gotta get her out of here. And Dorit's like, I tried. And she's like, we gotta do whatever we can to get her out. Almost like she was her bodyguard or her PR.
No, I think she's trying to be a good friend, and I think she knows she's starting to say things that she can't take back.
Yeah.
And she was starting to really offend a lot of the ladies. She was cursing at them. She was doing all that kind of stuff that was a little bit, far out there. And I think she was trying to, and she was not going to shut her down because Erica just kept talking.
Well, yeah, she said, because she just,
she's on the way out,
yeah, and she was you could tell she was trying to talk over, be like, we're done, Erica, we're leaving, we're done.
She was trying hard.
My favorite thing, though, if you look in the background, there's a bunch of those, oxygen, things that you put on your face, the cans, just randomly scattered throughout all the houses for the altitude.
Yeah.
And it ends with Sutton saying, I was really looking forward to a game of shuffleboard.
Yeah, I'm sure she was.
And Garcelle
was like, yeah, not happening. That's
she's
just
not happening. So next week, it looks like, though, Dorit will be taking Erica's side, weirdly.
Here's my thing. We were trying to figure out, too, what set Kathy off.
Yeah.
Here we're waiting for this.
I think it's gonna come next week, but towards the end, and we're not gonna really see any.
Yeah, I think it's gonna have something to do with the tequila. I thought, because watching that whole scenario where she started doing her little tequila infomercial, she looked like she was getting mad that nobody was just acknowledging her or paying her any attention, or they were just like, no, I don't drink tequila, because last time I drank tequila it was like, blah. So they, Erica went black and hit on some kid and then yelled at another kid, and so
I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah, that was the last
I
time
didn't
she
know
had
what you
the
meant
tequila.
by hitting on a kid. I thought you meant physically hitting a child. You meant flirting with Garcelle's son. Yeah.
She said no, and the rest of them were just like, I'm not a tequila drinker. I'm a vodka drinker and stuff. So she, I think, just got pissed, and then the coming attractions definitely show her.
Yeah, Rinna asking
was mad at her.
Rinna asking for the
Sally,
818 tequila.
I don't know if I think those two things even have anything to do with each other, but it could have just been a pile on.
What do you mean?
Her getting mad that no one was listening to her, and then her ordering the drink.
I don't think so.
Because it doesn't show you
Yeah, you just see her then saying, I'm done, I'm leaving, I'm really upset with that. Because it could have been something completely else.
Yeah.
That really threw her off. Or I don't know, I think maybe... No, yeah, she does. No, it is the drink, because she says Kyle's just going to let her stand there. Kyle's just going to stand there and let her...
She got mad at Kyle, too, then.
Yeah, so I don't know if we'll see the whole fight. I don't think so. I think we'll see some of it. Not all of it.
I don't know how she's going to avoid it, but she's going to do it somehow.
Who?
Kathy, I don't know how she's not going to get they're not going to get it, on film. I think she's always, kind of in the outskirts that, I don't want to say they forget about her, but...
Which is weird, because she always has those, good, little one things. Okay, Cooper's freaking out. But I think it's I think it's gonna take place too late at night. Like I think it's gonna be when they separate, go home.
Yeah.
And
I gotta go see what's wrong with him.
Okay. Well, I was gonna end it.
Oh, well then we can end it.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much for listening. We'll be back next week. Our She-Hulk episode's up. We have a Cobra Kai, and then our normal podcast out on Monday. Check it out. I think it's all. Follow us on Instagram. We watch it all. Yep. We apologize for sleep deprivedness. What's that?
Hit the button. I gotta go to sleep.